like, dun, 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 is it going to click on? But yeah, it did. Hi.
Hey, everybody out there.
Oh, been a long time.
I know, and it's going to be a long time again.
Yeah. Mother's Day.
Yep. So Easter, which is why we do. No.
Mm-mm. It was because of...
being out of town. Yes. I was out of town. I was in Charlotte. And then this had Mother's Day, which would be our next time, so it won't be till the end of the week. Or end of the month. So I don't need Matt anymore.
Today is what day?
Yeah, today is, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what.
It's the 28th, but that's just because I made a calendar for May. So, I know it's the 28th.
We are going to May?
Yes!
This is crazy.
Days, I know. We're 4 months into this year already. I feel like
Exactly.
Yeah, I have that whole feeling going on.
The craziness. So today talking about Nematona, which is our goddess of the month for May.
Yep.
And when we come back again, then we'll be talking about June's.
Yes, we will.
And we got a lot of stuff going on in May. We've got a lot of stuff going on in June.
Too.
So just be patient with us. We try to put out every other week, but because of scheduling, soon to be workshops and all kinds of stuff.
And holidays. We want everybody to spend some mom, if you can.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of different things that are going on.
With the moon. I do believe it is her waning. She might actually be on her last quarter. Correctly, because we have new moon coming up on Saturday.
Okay.
So she's either her final quarter or her waning crescent, which will be a lot about really that quiet contemplation, really trying to find out what you need to at least let go of.
Quiet contemplation.
Okay. Yeah, we can go there. Yeah, she's a waning crescent right now.
Okay.
About just reflection, maybe finding out things didn't manifest the way you wanted them to manifest. Hello, Brack.
Blah. What blah? Do you feel
blah? No blah allowed. Mighty. But yeah, you want to reflect on why your manifestations maybe didn't kick into gear, didn't manifest the way you wanted, so that you can tweak that and get your manifestations ready for Saturday.
Right, the new moon. So we've mentioned this before. We mention things on a consistent basis because people are tuning in at different times and they're tuning in. So we are, he's not feeling well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When we have a new moon, a new creation, what would you like to bring into your life? What would you like to create?
Setting intentions.
Right. When it's a full moon, it's all about the things that did come in. When we are talking about creating, let's bring it down from where it used to be like, let's, make everything that we want to happen, right? To what can we produce in a month? What can we create? So It's kind of like putting a plan together for your life.
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to do? What would you like to accomplish? And getting past the typical idea of what manifesting is, which is, I think about it and it will be right to me magically, out of thin air. No, it's about, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to seek out the opportunities that the universe is going to provide me to grab a hold of that and do it. And we manifest daily, minute we manifest, whether it be wanting food, going to get it, to I would like to take that vacation, going somewhere, with business stuff, with work stuff. And funny enough that manifesting, on Saturday the 11th, I'll be at Maiden Minx and I'll be teaching a manifesting course.
Yes.
Which she's been a part of and taken how many times now? Maybe you need a refresher.
Possibly.
Down.
You never know.
And
be careful what you manifest. It really is all about what you put out there, because you will manifest whatever you put out there.
Right. And so now just be every thought, Be cautious of everything that you're saying and how you're saying it and what your intentions are, because remember, whatever you focus your attention on is what you're creating. So if you're focusing your attention on the lack of, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough this, I don't have that, that's where your attention is going. So you're creating more of the of.
And the universe hears that and says, okay, you don't have enough money. Well, you're right. You don't have enough money.
And we're not going to give you any more because you're not wanting any more. Okay. So flip that over and you could say, plenty of money.
Mm-hmm.
I just choose not to spend it here right now.
Right.
Or I'll for this and get this at a later date.
Right.
Not, I don't have enough money. Really think about all the things that you're creating just in a minute-to-minute basis. If to learn how to specifically and narrow down how to manage things, then sign up for my class and come on down on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
You classes coming in?
I do, both the 4th and the 18th. The 4th will focus in on the new moon energies and the new moon in Taurus, but it'll also show you what house you'll be able to relate it to what your astrological sign and what Taurus's correlation to your sign is. So for me, a Taurus is in my 3rd house. So it would be all about communications and this sort of thing. What would I want to focus in on and communicate clearly, or get my message across, or being authentic? That sort of nature would be what it would be for a 3rd house for me. Whereas for somebody else, their business house or their property house, it could be, if it's really about setting your intentions for the year. It's kind of like your new year, because it's your first zodiac. Right. So it's like, what are your intentions for throughout the new year for you? So you're going to be in on that, the oils and the herbs that we're going to do. And people create in the workshop is going to be geared towards what they want to either release, because we all need to go in order to welcome something in.
Right.
So we want to release whatever's holding us back, that block, or cut those ties. And then we want to empower those feelings that we want. So you'll be able to create a herbal blend to utilize to anoint candles, anoint your altar, to burn as loose scents, loose smudge. Whatever speaking, resonating with you, you'll be able to create that. And then again, we'll have one on the 18th, and that will be on the full moon.
Okay.
And so it's going to be, it'll usually be right before the moon and its cycle, so that people will be able to have the foundation for their own personal moon workshop and ritual. So
actually, me putting this in between the two, because I didn't know anything about the details of this kind of works out kind of perfect.
Yes, it does.
So they can attend your class. Then they can come to my class and actually hone in on their intentions are, use all of their herbs and oils and whatever they're creating, and then end it with the moon, with the gratitude and how to journal and all that. I don't know if that's what you're teaching, but yeah. So we've
lots of things
going on.
And that's just May.
Yeah, and don't forget that on Fridays, Monica is at Maiden Minx. Sorry, my brain just stopped for a moment. Maiden Minx, she does readings there, and they're on Sundays doing readings. So come on in, come say hi.
It is great to be you get to see so many wonderful people. There's great energy. You get to see Pillow, and you never know if you'll have a guest appearance of a four-legged friend.
Yes.
Abby's been and then of course you never know what crystals you're going to get into.
Yeah,
at least when I go there's
always new crystals. I fell in love with one, but I was just like, I can't. If I bring it into this house,
I don't know. I can't even pretend to count how many crystals you have in this house. I don't think there's enough seconds in the hour.
No, because
to count the crystals you have.
No, because then there's all the ones that I sell at the fairs too.
Right. Well, not even counting those. Just counting.
Box right juice filled with my personal crystals, and there's a whole thing here, and then there's these.
And this is just
and that's just up here. They're there. There's some over there.
There's not everywhere else.
I love crystals. See, look, even this filled with crystals.
Yeah.
Even my candles. I found candles.
And you say I'm on a crystal high when I have 8 bracelets on.
Yeah, but you're carrying those around with you.
This is true.
All right. What else? What do you want to talk about today?
Want to talk about Nematona?
We do want to
go
we
into
can
talk
go
about
into her.
Nematona.
So Nematona, absolutely. There's not much information on her. So in the booklet, it's actually one page. And then I put her picture again because I didn't know what else. But she is a Celtic goddess. Her name, Nematona, means shrine. So with that being said, she is about the silence and the stillness and the quiet. And once again, the goddesses pick themselves. We threw the deck, we ask, which goddess do we need for this month and this year? What god for this month? And so far, everything's been right on the money. Like right on the money. And it's not just for everything that's going on. And she just earlier said it, which is why I was laughing, because she says about the silence and the stillness. It's about the silence and the quiet, the inner reflection. And that's what she's about. She's about finding that quiet, quieting the monkey mind, calming everything down, really paying attention to where you're at, what you're doing, being in the present moment. And when we need help with those things, Nematona is your girl.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to out of the way for just a moment. Whoops, of course. Her message is, shh, will be still. Quiet your mind and your soul. Go within and listen. What is your heart really wanting? What does your heart desire? You think too much and the messages become confusing. You contradict yourself between your words and your feelings. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your first thought. This will guide you. Explore joy and happiness, sitting in silence and being still. In this moment, all is perfect. Her affirmation is, I nurture my being in stillness, and I find strength and clarity. Her is, true silence is without preference, and as it neither rejects nor resists any condition, it's always it. So we can think of peace and silence and stillness all one. And I dropped
I'll get the bracelet. She also comes with the candle, which, this is Sacred Home candle. This was one I created like couples at the same time. But this one has lemon, peppermint, and lavender.
And I want you to see it, so I'm going to zoom in and zoom out, so hopefully it focuses on it.
And it's going to help release and banish negativity, provide protection, balance, clarity, and concentration. And it's also for purification, happiness, and healing.
So you can actually see the herbs, even though I know it's not. Let's try this. Not zooming in on it. It's not. I'm trying. There's
lemon peel, lavender, and peppermint.
There we go. And it's 9.
It does smell really good. They were really fun to make. And it has her oil.
And her oil is it not on there?
I don't know.
It is. It's here.
Next page. Blend of clary sage, violet, lang lang meal, and vanilla.
What's the thick? Which one's the thick?
The thick one, I used coconut oil because my jojoba oil ran out. So yes, you just want to rub it and love it and
warm it up.
There
we go.
And that one was that one smelled really good. I was making Beltane kits, and I was making Nematona, and I was making, who else did we have?
Ooh, I like it.
It's
citrusy.
Yes. So that floral citrus, right for spring, very cleansing and calming all at the same time. So.
Yeah, nice.
I smell it over here.
It's really nice.
Thank you.
Snake obsidian is the stone. A stone of purity, snowflake obsidian provides balance for body, mind, and spirit. It helps recognize and release thinking and stressful mental patterns.
Mm-hmm. Then we Kambala Jasper. Did I say it right? Kambala Jasper bracelet, which is here. It's a stone of peace and tranquility imbued with the nourishing energy of nature. Its dark, mystic circles and deep green swirls comforts and protects, calms and soothing troubled minds and restoring balance to the and spirit.
And then, of course, her incense, which is not really an incense.
Kind of like a smudge cone.
It's kind of, yeah, smudge cone. It's to Apollo. And
Santo Paulo or Bento?
Santo Paulo.
Really?
Paulo Santo. I don't know.
Maybe it's because they say it different on the box.
Yeah. Palo Santo, Santo Paulo, holy stick, natural wood, aromatic incense used for centuries by the Incas, indigenous people of the Andes, as a spiritual remedy for, well, that's the thing. I have to correct those books. So what? It's a clearing. It's a clearing thing. It actually sets, it gets rid of all negativity.
It releases the negative. If it's the Palo Santo, then it does release your negativity, but it also empowers positive mindset and provides creativity for that positive mindset.
So, Nematona is with just one of these. Just one of these will last you months. It is packed wood. And wood shavings, and it is hard to light, but just keep trying at it
because it's like a smudge,
right?
It's almost like getting that your burning wood coals going,
right?
Just kind of keep flame on there, and
it will go out, and then you can light it up again, and it's very low burning. So that's why we only needed one in the kit, because that will last you a very, very, very long time. And then, of course, we have
our inner goddess bath bags, which actually may do some new things with that in a couple months. Excited for those new coming out.
We're doing new things.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
But those are your inner goddess. That smelled, actually did a facial with that this morning. Felt good. Where you have your orange and peppermint, ocean and blue musk to give that well-rounded, just invigorated, empowered, ready to take it on type of attitude.
I want to mention what the free gift is going to be for her, just so that people will understand how they can do this themselves too. I'll be sending out earplugs and eye masks as the free gift.
Very cool.
And when we shut off sensory, whether it be one or two senses, other senses heighten. So when we shut off the ears, actually our inner, our higher self, our whatever, you'll be able to hear clear. So it's going to come in. Now,
I need a set of those.
So mind you, when you do put earplugs in, you're not going to hear complete silence unless you're in complete silence.
Right. It'll be muffled.
Right. Everything's going to be muffled. Or the reason for that is because we don't only hear with our ears. Sound travels, it travels through our mouths.
Right.
It's actually reverberate sound off of our jawbone. So when you put the earplugs in, don't be like, well, mine don't work because I can still hear sounds around me. Just sitting in silence. Find a quiet spot to be in.
Right.
Put the ear, and then you'll be in silence. If you're not used to quiet, you may hear the sound of silence, which is a ring. Once you get used to it, the ringing sound will go away. It's just getting used to that. Shutting off the eyes or the light along with the ears will calm you. Mm-hmm. It's about bringing you down to being in the moment. And just journal. That's the only thing I could tell you to do is when you do this type of meditation, journal. When you come back up, journal. Write down everything. What were the things into your head? What did you see? What did you hear? What did you feel? What old? Where were you taken to? you know.
Some people actually will even, we call it intuitive writing, where they write while they're down there.
Mm-hmm.
Or, they'll
They
write
just have a
while
pen
they're
in
in
their hand,
that,
and
they'll just start writing.
Right.
And a lot of, like, I've done it for drawing sigils and things like this. And at first, you kind of, or at least felt really weird. And it was like, okay, doing. And then as I just let it happen and let it flow, it's kind of like releasing that things started to make sense and the sigils started to be beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this makes sense. So the same thing with intuitive writing. You may just start writing things down and not clue what they are there for, what's going on, what's happening, but just keep writing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it may be that you're just releasing any blockages that are holding you back, letting kind of ego go a little bit, or any residual things, and you can just let it flow freely.
Mm-hmm.
You're releasing that resistance. You can just let it flow. And you don't know what you might get out of that.
If you're an artist,
experience.
allow yourself to draw.
Yes, intuitive is a big thing.
Yeah. So just be in there, be in that moment, really look at what are you thinking about important, because a lot of times the things that we're thinking about are not important. Mm-hmm. Any resentment or hatred, pain, anything that's in there that's trapped in there that you're still out or that you're holding on to, those are things that we need to really go, especially things that have happened in the past. Just release it. There's no purpose except for making you ill to hang on to those things.
Right. And you can't make room for anything new and fresh and if you hold on to those things that you don't want. Right.
So we need to make that spade. We need to bring forgiveness in. And we say need, of course, is a choice. But if you want to find then you need to. You need to let go. You need to find that forgiveness. And remember, forgiveness is not about letting the other person off the hook for the things that it's releasing yourself from it.
Right.
Like you're all that weight, you're carrying all that baggage. And this doesn't have to be something that's in the far past. It could be, in the distant past, a present past. If something happened yesterday, who cares? Really, 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 who cares? Think about it. Something happened. It's done. It's over with. The person said what they had to say. They did what they did. And now you're here on the end. And it's the next day. So what? It doesn't mean that you have to go and be buddy-buddy with them. It doesn't mean that you're friends with them at all. It just means that I'm no longer carrying this around because you're not that important to me to carry this stuff around.
Right.
And to release and let go of it.
You choose to affect you.
Right. So remember, nobody can hurt you unless you allow them to.
Yes.
That's a big thing.
Yes.
And standing, and it's not about taking it. It's not about screaming at you. It's not about taking that. It's about not carrying. You don't have to back to fight a battle.
You just have to let it go.
You just have to walk away. Just be. Because and this, well, it's coming up. This was said last night, really try to see the pain in the hurting you. See their pain. They're in pain. They're hurting you because they're projecting out of whatever on internally with them. And if you can see pain in their eyes, or if you can hear pain in their voice or in their messages to you, no, it has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you. It has everything to them.
It's a lot like the 4 agreements. Don't take things personal. And this transcends. I mean, we were just a coworker and I today, is that so many ways across so many spectrums. It's everybody takes things personal. Everybody takes things to heart. And maybe it's because we all care, or maybe it's because what people think about us. And in that respect, now I feel like I'm tapped in. I have a comment in my bra. But it's actually not. It's all the value we place on it. We spoke about this yesterday. This was coming into me when I was in the garden. You have to value yourself. And that's valuing yourself in many different ways. It's yourself in what you provide, what you do you accomplish, and being proud of that, not from an ego standpoint, but just being of who you are and what you do. And whether in business or in life in general, the same thing of valuing, loving yourself, the same thing. And a lot of times when people take things personally, it's because they don't have themselves. They don't have that love of themselves.
Right.
And in that respect, I do feel for those people. Anybody, and I see it every day, across many different fields, where people they do lash, or they do take things to heart and they beat themselves up all day long.
Or they beat somebody else up.
Right.
Emotionally, verbally, physically.
Or they will be afraid of getting in trouble, It's those things that it's like, you know what? It's okay. Like in our business, medical field, a lot of times we will have patients that are upset, or family members that are upset because of how things are handled or how things come about. And it's that person and evaluating and saying, okay, and really listen and say, okay, well, this is what we can do. And then you take their input and you fix it, you correct it, you change it the best way you can. Sometimes it may not be in the, like, okay, I have this stellar thing on you and you're going to have these elitist aides and they're going to be able to just like walk water for you.
Right.
But they're going to have that high quality that you're looking for, and I'm going to do my best to do what I can to get them there. Or, it may be that you want, say, a specific type of, technically there's discrimination. Can't technically choose
it's your fault. You made me mad. You did this, whatever. So they're being the victim, and hurt as they are, then they're trying to say that you're victimizing them because you did something. Right. It's never your fault when somebody's yelling at you. Even if it's this glass and somebody's yelling at you, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. Their reaction. So if you are somebody that flies off the handle easily, really put yourself in a position to say, okay, this is my fault. This is my doing. I'm going to correct the best way that I can, and be gentle with yourself.
Right.
It's important to be gentle with yourself and don't put yourself in a victimizing state.
Go ahead.
I read a meme the other day and I was trying to remember it. And it said something like, I'm not taking them away from you because you were bad. I'm taking them away from you so they could get out of you.
Right.
So, something to that tune. I wish I had written it down when I saw it. But it's something in that realm. Anyways, yes.
Right. A lot of times I find that we are our own worst critics. We beat her up. I'm one of those. I'm completely harsh on myself, and in some ways I feel like my rhino wants to stampede my own, let alone other people that piss me off.
Yeah.
And lately I've been trying to rein us in, to where I'm not in that stampede mode and warrior mode, and I'm gonna.
Right, and the message I had given her the other night was that, and this is not an easy thing to do until you practice it, and then it becomes very easy, is to send love and light to the you.
Right.
Reach out energetically, because the reason why they're hurting you is because they're hurt themselves.
And you saying this brought up something that came into me earlier.
Uh-huh.
I don't realize it. We were talking about it of Jackie Mushroom. Okay. It's how they are with, and it's forgiveness. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Forgiving people, forgiving yourself. You're not doing it to with love and light. You're sending love and light, but you're not. It's to let you feel at peace. It's that okay, I've done everything I can. It's one says like, okay, I'm done. This is. But
you're walking away from it, but right,
but in a positive mindset.
Right, I know what you're trying to say. So basically, when we send love and light to those that are hurting us, we are sending out the message of healing,
so that they can no longer affect us.
Right, and in turn, what happens is we're not allowing it to affect us, so we're doing our own healing, and. I've been called every name in the book. There's a lot of people out there that, there's healers out there that are extremely jealous of me and have said all kinds of different things about me, which is fine. That's their own karma. I'm washing my hands of it. You can say whatever you want to about me. I'm not going to fight you on it. You can believe whatever you believe, but that's something that you have to deal with. That is your problem. That is not my problem.
Right.
You were...
Oh my goodness.
Love and light, healing.
No.
What did it have to do with?
I don't know. Oh well.
Yeah, if it comes back, it comes back.
It'll come back. Just let it come in time.
Absolutely. So just know that it's not about cutting you down and taking it in. It's about not really what other people's words say, because that's their opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
Everybody's entitled to an opinion, as long as anybody can have an opinion. I know I have my fair share of people who have their opinions about me, but in all honesty, it's their opinion, it's their choice. It shouldn't affect me. I shouldn't have to.
Right. If you allow it to affect you, that's the allowance of it.
Right. And then that's the energy you put out into the universe.
Exactly. So, if you really want to master spirituality, let anybody, you can't take anybody's words, whether they're good or bad. The man is good. That's your ego.
Your ego can say,
I'm the
best. Right.
I'm
the only. Keep you from doing your every day. If you have your head blown up and it's the size of a ball field, then, you won't try your best ever to do what you need to do. You need to really displace the
negative side of that too is also ego.
Right.
So
you beat yourself up.
Oh, I should have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Right. It's too late. Why are we
likes that?
Why are we thinking about, why are we thinking about what we could have done? It's over. It's done.
Right.
It's been said, whatever the situation is. So just moving past it. Now, as humans, we all get a little flustered sometimes. We all get upset sometimes, but it's how fast can we move through it?
I must admit, I'm moving faster through mine.
Good.
I'm not tails into my egoic cycles too much.
Yeah.
And the rhino and I are not. We're just grazing right now. We're not in laying our feet ready to stampede anything.
Well, just remember, in the animal world, and if you don't know what your spirit animal is, you need to see Kimberly. Fox, you may know her as Fox. She actually is at Maiden Minx. She does like one every month. She did one today.
And she does it at Blue Lagoon.
If you find out what your spirit animal is, it's not, oh, this is a fun thing to have. It actually teaches you more about yourself than you know.
Yes.
I'm a bear. She's a rhino. She's met before. But if we think about ourselves in the animal world,
how rhinos react?
Let me ask you a question. Do rhinos get offended?
No.
Bears get offended. No, they don't have that egoic state.
No, they live in the present.
They live in the moment. They travel. They don't go back to the same place. So once Mama Bear has her babies, they just travel. They go on to the next place and they're eating the berries along the way. They're not in one specific place for long. and they're just moving forward. That's all they're doing, is they're just moving forward. Rhinos have a tendency to stay within.
I don't know. I do them
Whatever.
Rhinos, I feel like, are kind of solitary, but they are.
But they
in their
do
family
hang out.
niche. Yes.
Yeah, they hang out in the same area, in the same vicinity, unless the whole group is
The
traveling.
only thing that I don't get and understand about rhinos is they love the heat, and I do not love the heat. OMG, take me to I don't love the snow, but give me weather like yesterday again.
Well, that was warm weather.
No, that was cool, brisk.
Yeah, it was
Very nice.
That was warm. 70-something degrees is warm.
Yeah, 70. But rhinos, if you think about it, in Africa, in the Serengeti, hello.
Yeah.
That's what, 85, 90?
But they're like, they roll around in dirt too, to keep them cool.
Yeah, Monica's not doing that. That's not happening.
But you could go do a mud bath. Why not? See?
I don't know. That's intriguing. I guess that's perking the rhino. Yeah. My self-care. I was going to do an avocado at home, so that might work.
There you go.
But yes, and honestly, just knowing different facets of yourself, because I will not lie. When I went into Mystic Elements, and it's been 7 years ago, maybe longer. No, probably about 7.
No, longer.
8. Yeah, it was after I broke up with my fiance and came back home, and I found a book at Barnes and Nobles, and I was being so drawn back into my Wiccan roots as I was discovering those roots. And I went in there and asked if she could help me, and I said, I need somebody to read me, to tell me who needs to read me. And I guess my rhino was like, bam! She was like charged through the door because she wanted to be heard, and she told me I was a rhino, and I said, but yeah, everything she told me, to a T. So in that respect, and even look at rhino, my body does better when I choose vegetarian over carb or whatnot.
Right.
My body does really well and really is responsive to walking for the most part. I mean, here lately I've had a couple setbacks, but walking for me is great, and just being out in nature and being out hard, and that really, like, we are very happy when we're there. We do love the water. I don't mind. Like, I was stomping in the pool with the dog yesterday, trying to get her to jump into the pool we got him. And I was in and just, trying to get her to come in, and it was dirty. And so, yeah, maybe I was having a bath. But you'd be surprised when you look, or how you respond. Like you're always crack on something like a bear would do. If you really look, you're like, oh wow, that counts. You know what I mean? The fact that I love to walk around barefoot and then I get calluses on my feet. Hello. And I've dubbed, okay, my rhino feet are showing. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna take care of my feet, in that respect. So you really have, knowing these things and knowing how your body, how your spirit side will interpret with your body. It really is a neat and interesting way.
Yeah, I mean, I loved berries my entire life. Raspberries. I used to always have, everything had to be raspberry when I was young. There's, what was it? Salmon. Raw salmon. I don't like cooked salmon.
I've had salmon, I think, twice.
Connecting. Oh, sorry about
Hello. Maybe that's a reminder that we need to get off our soapbox.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Computer saying, nope, no more.
Yeah, really. But, so in that spiritual mindset of just being that highest and best version of yourself, you want to look for different healers, different readers, different people that provide you with different things, whether it be Akashic records, whether it be more herbal healing, whether it be intuitive healing, whether it be, mediumship and card readings and theta. And I mean, there's just so much Reiki, everything. There's so many different things that, when we do these functions and these gatherings where you get like what I call a snippet visit.
Right.
Where you get a little teaser taste and you're like, wow, that really resonated with me. I mean, I was fortunate. I actually did it myself, and I was blessed. I got 2 readings in that weekend, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. To where now it's like, okay, I would love to even learn more, even for just me, for my craft, and to be the highest and best version of myself. One of those things that's, if you can remain open-minded and learn and absorb and continue to, it's a beautiful thing in the spiritual side of things.
Right.
So I do highly recommend, going different readers, different healers, and reach out to people. I mean, granted, I reach out to you all the time, and you never get enough praise from me, and I apologize for that. But I trust you emphatically with everything, and I always have great results.
There we go.
So
thank you.
I do highly recommend that people see people, and when you have a relationship with someone that you trust and and the energy is there. All about energy. It really is. When the energy is true and authentic, you'll know it. And then you have
And some things are not, if you have a really good healer or a really good reader, they're going to say some things that you're not going to want to hear. You don't want to do. You're going to fight against it.
I have not. I say, no, I'm not taking it personal. No, I'm not taking it personal. But I will admit it's like, no, I don't think I can do that.
Right.
So,
but I want this person off your back.
Right.
So you take your choice. You can live with the way you're feeling right now, or you can do these things and move them along.
Right. But it's a choice. And that's the thing, is that, you have to, healers may tell you the shit that you can't stand to hear. They are the mirror that you avoid. And I will raise my hands to that. She is the mirror that I avoid at all.
Number 1, this is this, that, and
yes.
Number 2, this, that, and the other thing. Number 3, they're mending the banner by sewing it. And when we talk about the moon work and we talk about you can manifest your own healing. And the way that you manifest your own healing, and this is going to sound so scary, but it is to allow what it is that's really hurting you, whether it be really physically hurting you or whether it be emotionally hurting you, to come to the surface to deal with. So in metaphysical world, all physical ailments are the side effect of emotional problem.
And the mind.
And in the mind. So if you have a pain that you've had for however long, and it's you and it's not healing, you're storing energy there from something. And it could be completely unrelated to how the accident happened. If it runs down your back, it's usually part of your chakra system, which is a lot easier to identify. But if it's in another part of your body, all right, so what's going on? What do you need to bring to the surface to deal with? And once you deal with it, you let it go, you push it on its way, that pain will dislodge. But mind you, it's going to dislodge all things. And some things are going to be easier to move through, and some things are not going to be as easy to move through. So when you're there and you're doing healing work and you're wanting to heal, it is about sitting down, meditating, and really getting to this, like, okay, if I don't, might something to me, blah, 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 it's time for me to forgive her. I release and let go of any energy. I forgive my mom. I forgive her. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone involved in the situation. She didn't know any better. I was going to release and let go and wish her well. That doesn't mean that you're going to call her and be best friends with her. That just means that, unless you already are, it just means that you go of that hurt and pain and pushing it forward and moving through it. And then finally, after you have done your meditation, work on your healing, then everything comes into balance. And she's holding a scale and she's got 4 arms. She's my type of 4 arms.
Yeah. She was right there with you.
So, will come into balance. So this is actually a very, very, very clear map. And funny enough, if you look at this, okay, so there's no banner on this one. Right. She's writing. They're fixing the banner here. And the banner's clear.
That is interesting, isn't it?
So.
You can't make stuff up. I'm sorry. You really
Nope.
can't.
Nope. And I wasn't even looking at any of them when I pulled them. I just pulled them.
So we have the High Earth, and with her, it's literally about Mother Earth, which we're going into Beltane this week. So I feel like a lot of these Beltane, somewhat inspired. It's also about grounding, being one with nature, getting out there. Beltane is a very outside fire festival. It's empowering, which goes for this. This was actually, I was doing readings on a few people a couple weeks ago, and this came up, solar plexus chakra. This is all about power. So in respect, solar plexus is all about fire.
I know you guys
owning
can't
your
see
personal
this.
power.
I wonder if that's on here. Keep talking.
Owning your personal power, igniting that fire inside of you. Beltane is a fire festival. It is a fire Sabbath. It is all about the fire. There we go. Woohoo!
Fixed it.
So in that respect, get out in nature, have a bonfire, okay? Connect with the divine in that way. Just really just be all encompassing. And Wednesday's going to be a great day. That's the day for Beltane. And just really connect to her. Is about union, so there might be some passion, some lust in there. It is the union between the god and the goddess.
How about you and spirit?
It could be spirit as well. And then we have the new beginnings card.
I'm showing these now
You're
that I
fine.
got the.
And if you look at the card, it's almost like she has a fire in her chest. So I feel like it's a fire for new beginnings. I really think it's just telling everybody to kind of get back in nature, get grounded, refocus, ignite your passions of what you want to do, set those intentions, and empower them.
I'm showing everybody everything now that I got it.
Now that you can get it to focus. That's fine. I can talk just, if you are interested in a Beltane kit, I do have Beltane kits. We have them actually in 3 locations. We have some at Maiden Minx. They come actually with prayer ribbons as well. And those are the ribbons that you would write your intentions on and tie them into trees or a mobile, or if you have like a balcony or something like that, anything that can carry those intentions out to the universe.
Like these things?
Yeah, like those things. They are at Maiden Minx. We also have the new Maiden Minx Corner Boutique inside K&M Antiques and Crafts, where I now have boutique open. We will start to feature goddess kits in there in a couple weeks. That is on the corner of Church Street and Castlehane Road. And they are open 7 days a week. You can go in there and get it there, or you can get it on an Etsy shop, which Etsy shop is actually having 10% off to get, make sure you get time for Beltane. So if you're interested in those titles where you can just celebrate and really encompass that Sabbath and festival, those are out. I actually was making the candles and the oil, and they were so beautiful and so good. I was like in like oil high mode making all the stuff I was making. It really was.
So before we leave today, if you're interested in Goddess Kits, Great Joy, which is the divine-empowerment.com, go to the shop and you can see them. Right now, all of our Goddess Kits are $25. Buy 3, get 1 free, and that's till the end of the month. Then they go back to their $34 each.
Good time.
We do have Matona up there already. So if you would like her previous one, which was Matt, which is about balance and integrity, all of them are up there. There are a couple that we are out of stock on specifically, but don't let that, steer you away. If you want, like for example, Bast, or if you want
Aphrodite, I think she's
Maeve and Aphrodite 3. If you do want those, we will specially make them. Just know that we can't get and put it in the mail today. It is going to take a little bit longer because we have to get the items together for each of those goddesses. But they make great gifts. So don't forget, Saturday the 4th is Moon Magic from what time to what time?
2 to 4.
2 to 4. Saturday the 11th at Madame Meerkat. These are all Madame Meerkats. Saturday the 11th is the Art of Magic, and that's from 12 to 3. And then on the 18th, we've got Moon Magic again, which is for the full moon, as opposed to the one on the 4th, which is for the new moon. So you could take both of them and learn something different. So it's not the repeat, and it's not the same class. On Fridays, Monica's doing readings at Matt's, and on Sundays, I'm doing readings at Madame Meerkat's. And you can find our product at Matt's. You can find the goddess kits at, not all of them are at, not all kits are at Madame Meerkat's, but most of them are. I just looked over there today. So go check things out. Go play with things. If you want to us, we're available to talk. If you just want to say, hey, we're there.
Yep.
So
come in, say hi, have some kombucha. We have people come in all the time just to chat.
tea and a reading with me. That's what I like to say.
Yes, you do.
We're working on a couple things to tweak it and make it better. So I'm not there on Thursdays doing that. So we will work at that and see what we can do. But there's a lot of workshops that are going.
May is going to be a big month.
Yeah,
it really is. It's starting to really boom.
Yeah.
So definitely check Madame Meerkat's out. Their website, subscribe to their email list so you can get their calendar sent to you.
Yep, absolutely. If you have any questions, just give us a ring, give us a shout out, send us a message or shoot us an email. Otherwise, check out everything, and we will. When is our next one?
Oh gosh, you're gonna make me think.
No, I'm pulling up a calendar. I can't do
25th.
I can't do math like that. 20. Yes, no, yes, no.
26th. I was a day off. Whoops.
Yeah, 26th. So you'll see. We'll be back here on the 26th at 4:00.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Because we're skipping the 12th.
Yes. Yes. So 26th.
Yeah. So we'll see you then.
Yep. Have a good day, everybody. Good month. We'll see you soon.
And Brock, take care. Feel better.
Yes. Feel better, dear.
All right. And we will talk to you later.
See you soon.
Bye.